Strays. Yeah. I need to grab my drink.
I have mine.
Well, I don't have mine.
I didn't open it.
Oh, I didn't open it. Roly-poly.
Roly-poly. You weeble like a wobble. I'm waiting for the... Oh, I got it. I got the notification.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just got to share it.
I want to take a quick peek.
Oh, okay. Twitter. Tweet. Hello, if anyone's watching. Almost done. Almost done. I think I'm done. I don't think anyone's on. Oh. Yes, Nicole's on. And I am in my PJs. I got home from work and I put on my PJs.
Hello, everybody. What's happening? What's going on? What is the haps? Good evening. Sorry for a late live stream. Usually they are kind of late when we do them at home. But it's been a little bit since we've done a home live vlog, stream, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, so you might be a little confused about the title. Maybe not.
What's the title?
One has to go.
Oh.
You know? So we are going to be talking about Magic Kingdom. And I had kind of this little thought.
A thought.
Well, that everybody has when walking Disney's Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom has the most attractions out of all the parks. We know this. But like when you start walking through the parks and the different lands and you're like, ugh, like these rides are classic or these rides are good or attractions are good, but they just don't meet the par. Is that kind of how I want to say that?
Yeah.
They're not up to snuff anymore.
Yep.
So I thought it'd be fun to have a little Disney discussion, and for the fact that we are going to go to, in our minds, go to each land of Magic Kingdom and pick one that we would
Not
get rid
necessarily
of.
a ride. It just needs to be an
Attraction. Attraction is what we're talking about.
It could be a ride.
Could-
It doesn't have to be.
Exactly. And so we're going to pick one that we just, in our opinion, like,
Gotta go.
dude, get it done. I don't want it no more. I'm over it.
You're over it.
Yeah, I absolutely am. Some of these are. And then we're going to explain why we would get rid of said attractions, you know. Lisa and I, we kind of know each other's answers a little bit. So we want your opinions as well and your, thoughts of which ones you would get off. So leave it in the comments below, whatever you would get rid of. So let's go. We are walking down Main Street, USA. Would you get rid of anything in Main Street, USA? I don't have that in my actual list. I have the lands per se with the attractions.
Okay.
But is there anything on Main Street, USA you're just kind of like, dude, get rid of that?
The only reason I'm going to say this, I'd get rid of that one gift shop with all the glass only because I'm always terrified to go in there because I'm afraid I'm going to break something.
Oh, but I love the glass
I
blowing
know,
guy.
but like,
I do.
I'm just always terrified I'm going to break something.
I know what you're talking about. I get what you're
Like,
getting at.
Yeah.
I forget what is.
I don't even know
forget
what
the
it's
name
called,
of
but
that
it's
place.
right next to Starbucks.
Mm-hmm. I personally love the glass blowing guy.
Glass blower.
Yeah, the glass blowing guy. It's just really fun to watch him, especially when like
It is.
I'm waiting in that huge long line at Starbucks, And I'm just watching him like, oh, what's he making today? It's just really cool. Granted, I do understand, like, I don't even like going in there, because I'm afraid I'm going to break something. That's why I don't do live streams in there or go in that store so much. But I get what you're saying. So you would get rid of that.
Only because I'm always terrified that I'm gonna break something.
For
Plus, like, there's actually, if you think of it, there's not actually a whole lot on Main Street, USA, because the Emporium takes up the entire one side of the street.
It's true. If I was to get rid of something at Main Street, I think I would get rid of the confectionery place. All the like little like dessert stuff that you can get that's like towards the beginning of Main Street, USA, that's on the right hand side. Where you get like your cotton candies and whatnot.
About. Yeah.
Just because I'm not a sweets person.
I didn't think of that. I changed my mind.
You changed your mind?
Yeah.
You want to go with that one?
Because I enjoy the glass blower. I'd still want to go in because I'd be terrified I'm going to break something.
Hey, Parrish, what's going on, buddy? What's happening? It's been quite a while since I've talked to you. From the Cheddar's Day. Yeah, dude. York, Pennsylvania. Got to keep the sweets. See, I'm not a sweets person, though, but I understand it. And I know that probably would be like, I got to get my cookie. I got to get the kids the cotton candy.
But
they love it.
You can get that well, right now you can't because it's not open, but pre-COVID when they had the big tent open, like you could get all that stuff over there by Dumbo.
Part of me wanted to actually say, as I said, Main Street USA, I was going to be that hated guy.
Say get rid of the castle?
No, I was going to say, yeah, get rid of the castle. Tired of looking at that thing. No, I actually was going to go against the grain big time and say get rid of Casey's Corner.
Because you don't eat hot dogs?
No, it's just because that place is so freaking small. And everybody flocks there, but it's like, where do you go? Like, even pre-COVID. Like, what do you do? So I would say tear it down and rebuild it to make it bigger. So not necessarily get rid of it, but just tear it down and make it bigger.
Put it somewhere else.
Yeah, or put it somewhere else.
So
use that little space for something else. Actually, just extend the Emporium there. I mean, what is Casey's Corner? A little 5x5?
It's
bigger than that.
Yeah,
it's bigger than that, but it's a little box.
The back corner of the Emporium.
Yeah, just fill it up with more merchandise there and move Casey's Corner somewhere else. That's kind of what I think. Actually, move Casey's Corner should take over
where the confectionery is?
No, the Starlight Cafe.
Yeah.
Get rid of Starlight Cafe and just make Casey's Corner that big place. Although you'd have to change the name because it's not on a corner. Well, technically it's on a corner. A little bit.
Starlight Cafe or Cosmic Rays Cafe?
Or, I'm sorry, Cosmic. Yeah, I don't know. One of them. All right, so now let's actually get into the land. Where do you want to start off with first? So
we always go to the left into Adventureland.
Okay, so we're going to Adventureland.
So we're going to Adventureland.
Like I said, leave a comment down below of which ones you would get rid of as we're going through the land mentally. So there are a lot of attractions in Adventureland. What are they, Lisa?
You've got the Swiss Family Tree, Aladdin, Jungle Cruise, the Tiki Room, Pirates, and then you have your restaurants like Tortuga Tavern, Sunshine Terrace.
But we're not talking about restaurants here. We're talking about attractions.
Attractions.
So if you could get rid of one attraction from Adventure, just thinking like it doesn't meet the par anymore, what would it be?
I'm going with the Swiss Family Tree.
Oh, that's a good one. For Main Street, Tony's restaurant. Oh, yeah, Tony's the worst. Seriously, if you have their marinara sauce and you have like pasta with marinara, I swear to God, you can taste the tin. They don't even use jar marinara. It's tin. It's canned.
Anyway.
Ugh.
I was going to say, I'd get rid of the Swiss Family Tree. I do think it's neat. I think theming-wise, it fits with Adventureland. However, like whenever you would go into the Swiss Family Tree, like you couldn't really stop to enjoy it because the walkway isn't wide enough for people to get through, so you have to constantly just keep moving because there's people coming up behind you. So I think if they changed the design, maybe I would change my mind. But for now, I'm going with the Swiss Family Tree. I know what yours is. I don't want to hear it.
I agree with Lisa to a sense. I love the Swiss Family Treehouse, but I do agree with her that you don't get to actually take in those sights the higher you go up because it's such a. I mean, really, only
Like, no one can pass you. You literally
you
have
can't
to...
walk side by side with anybody. You know, it's like a single file line in a sense, and you don't get to just like take because there are some good shots up there to like see.
And even if you're not,
but
I'm not even necessarily talking about the views of the park, but just like getting to enjoy the actual treehouse.
you can't.
You can't.
Because you kind of are rushed in a sense because of this single file line.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can't just like stop and have somebody like,
Unless
go
there's
around
no
me,
one
sir, go
behind
around
you.
me.
But like, you never know if that's gonna happen.
Yeah, you never know. So that's a good one actually. Not on my list.
I know it's not yours.
My get rid of ride from Adventureland, this ride, I'm going to go with Magic Carpets of Aladdin.
I do not like that.
I know you don't like that, but that's the way it is.
I like the magic.
It is what it is. The reason why I would get rid of this is because for two reasons. One, it's a blatant rip off of Dumbo.
You could say the same thing about the Triceratops spin at Animal Kingdom.
I'm not at Animal Kingdom. I'm in
just saying,
Adventureland.
You always compare Aladdin to Dumbo, but you never compare Triceratops spin to Dumbo, and that's the same ride too, except you're in a Triceratop.
Which is awesome. So I would get rid of that. So for that alone, and two, my biggest thing is it's right in the middle of the walkway. It is such a poorly placed attraction. I mean, seriously, you can't walk straight. I have to either go to the right towards like getting Dole Whips and what used to be the meet and greet, or I have to go to the left where I have to pass Jungle Cruise and everything else. I can't just walk straight. It makes like this kind of inconvenience. So I would get rid of that.
I like that.
I did see. I want to go back to somebody did ask a question. I think it was.
It was B Bean.
Okay, B Bean.
Have you two always loved Disney?
Yes and no.
Yes. No.
I
love
Disney. Love Disney. Did it as a kid. I went the first time, I think, when I was 5 years old, back in 89, 90, somewhere around there. I think it was 5 or 6. I don't know. And I went every year till I was, I want to say 15 years old. And then there was this gap from like 15 to however old I was, that I loved Disney, but I didn't love the parks anymore. I think that kind of went in the territory of like brainwashing when being in the punk rock scene, because you get brainwashed in this whole way of like being against big corporations and everything like that, which of course I agree with still. But as I got older, I was like, you know what? Mickey never did anything to me. And I love Donald Duck. But I think what actually grew my interest back into Disney for the feelings that I had before is when I met Lisa, and she was really big into Disney. And she was talking about her past trip, maybe like a year or two prior. I was talking to you that you went.
That was my parents did like a joint graduation present because my sister and I graduated high school a year apart. So they waited till after I graduated and we did a joint one and we went to Disney.
And I was asking her like, oh, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you see this? And because I was naming all the things that I seen when I last went at 15 years old. Now there is a age gap between Lisa and I, 6 years.
Yeah.
6 years. And she was like, yeah, that was there, or no, this wasn't there. And she was going on and talking. I was like, oh my God, Disney has changed so much. And I actually said to you, like, our first trip was to Disney. I said, I got to go back to Disney because so much has
You're
changed
like, there's nothing there that I remember.
that I remember. Like, it's all gone. And not all of it was gone, but that, like, re-established my love for Disney. Like I said, I always loved Disney. Like, but the parks I kind of faded away from for a while. And now, you know.
Maybe I never had like a falling out with Disney like you did, because going to Disney was like a treat. Like we didn't.
Of course, it's a treat.
Well, no,
Yeah.
but I mean, like, we didn't get to go every year.
Oh well, yeah.
Like
We
I
did.
went as a baby. I went when I was like 4 or 5, and then I didn't go again till after till I graduated high school.
Yeah.
Like so we like my family couldn't afford to go to Disney every year. So
Well, your family is also massive compared to mine.
that's true.
We just
Yeah.
went with like the immediate. You had like, well, the immediate plus their family, husbands, I'm sure, and then kids.
Yeah, but you
and
have
so
to
it's bigger.
remember, most of us weren't married at that point.
Well, that's true. Either way, your family's a lot bigger. That probably would have went to these trips.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm one of 5 kids, so, but, yeah, like, we didn't go to Disney every year, so maybe that's why I didn't get sick of it, because, growing up, because every time I went, it was something new, and I was at a different age where, like, I could appreciate something different about it.
And that was the other reason I think I got out of going to the parks when I was 15, because it's like I went every year. So then I was really all about like Ocean City, Maryland, you know, and going to the beach and hanging out there. And then I did that for numerous amounts of years. Yeah. And that was always a good time.
There are several questions, but should we go back to them? Should we
Yeah.
finish our thing and then go to
Yeah,
questions?
so Lisa said there was questions. So we're going to do another land, and then we'll do another couple questions, and we'll do another land, do another couple questions. So we did our Adventureland. Lisa would get rid of Swiss Family Treehouse, and I would get rid of Carpets of Aladdin. So now, after Adventureland,
we go to Frontierland.
we're in Frontierland, you know? So,
You've got Space Mountain Big Thunder. You've got
Country Bear Jamboree.
Country Bear Jamboree. I'll consider the Tom Sawyer Island.
Of course, I
because
would
the
have to.
entrances for that are in Frontierland. But the Liberty Bell ship, that's technically Liberty Square.
That's Liberty
so
Square.
We're not going to count that.
Not too much in Frontier.
No, but then you have all these like random other little things. And this is where Tony and I came up with something.
Yes.
Because, okay, I was originally going to say Country Bear Jamboree. I'm not a big fan of the show. Think it's annoying. I think it could use a major update. However,
Country Bear is amazing.
when Tony and I were talking about this, then he goes, no, I'd get rid of that arcade. And I was like, I didn't even like remember the arcade because that's how dumb it is. Like, no one uses it, so why have it there?
And what's it called? The shooting arcade or arcade
I don't know.
shooting?
Like, you
shooting
could
arcade, I think it is.
Use that space for something different.
Like-
So I changed my mind and I agree with him to go with the arcade.
So we're both in agreement. Get rid of the arcade that's in Frontierland. I mean, when I passed it, even pre-COVID, who's really in there? Maybe like 2 kids I've seen randomly, but it doesn't pack out anymore. Because I just think nobody's doing that. Because families have realized.
You're already spending a ton of money to go to Disney. I'm not going to give you like
Something that
$5 at a time to the point where it's going to soon be $100 later that you've just been sitting there playing arcade games.
Exactly. And you know, you're on such a rush. You like when you go to Disney, you don't really have a relaxing time.
No, Disney's not a relaxing vacation.
It's not a place you go to like relax. Unless you go for a little bit of extra days where you're like, okay,
where you
relax at the hotel, the
schedule
pool.
those relaxation days.
But if you're going for like 5 days, which is probably about the average,
you
I
didn't
would say
even know
somebody
there
go.
was an arcade.
Yeah.
That's pretty sad. The
It's
arcade
right
is,
across.
like, across from Country Bear Jamboree. Still on the same side of the road. But like you have Country Bear Jamboree, and then you have the little walkway to go back into Adventureland where Aladdin is.
It's
and then
connected
it's
to
the
their
arcade.
mercantile, right?
I think it is.
I think it's
To
actually
the Frontier
connected.
Mercantile.
I
Or
think it's
whatever.
actually connected. Frontier Mercantile. I think it is, from what I'm thinking off the top of my head. I would totally get rid of that. Hi, Tony. Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
So I would get rid of that. Leave it in the comments if you would, or would you get rid of a different attraction, a ride? I see how somebody put Country Bear
Yeah,
Jamborees
that's
hands
my
down.
coworker Jennifer.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. I agree.
You're wrong. You're both wrong. Leave my bears alone. So let's go back to a couple questions that Lisa did say we got.
Oh. Peter said, what do you think about Disney World not selling annual passes? We're going to renew for sure so we don't lose it.
Oh, Disneyland or Disney World?
Disney World.
Disney
But they
World.
haven't announced that they're getting rid of annual passes.
No.
They just haven't. And the
They're
only reason I say
renewing. They're
that is
renewing.
I think that they are going to bring back the ability to purchase new annual passes.
But it's going to be completely different.
Well,
I think.
But regardless, like I don't think Disney World's gonna get rid of it completely like Disneyland did. Disney World, I think, at some point will reopen
Buying those passes.
being able to buy.
But
passes.
I think those passes are not going to be what we know today. I think these passes are really going to change. And I don't. Part of me says it's. I mean, it's just that gut feeling that it's going to be a lot of angry people, I think. I don't know what it is. There's no rumors. There's no nothing. I'm going off just my thought process here. If Disney changes these passes up, kind of like what Disneyland is doing, they've already like emailed
Well,
before
Disneyland already announced that
the
they're doing- but
different
reason
kinds and the changes.
The reason I think that Disney World will resume and the ability to purchase an annual pass if you're not currently an annual pass holder is only because they've recently changed it now that if you had previously decided to cancel your annual pass during the COVID shutdown and now you've changed your mind, those people they are now allowing to repurchase annual passes.
But they're not letting just
No, like you
can't
had
just
to
buy.
have canceled it after
or during.
the start of the shutdown.
Yeah.
So that's why I say I think Disney is going to eventually offer that back up. It might look different, like Tony said.
Maybe not this year because they're going to start letting people come back in, slowly bring that out. Let's get people in. But I would say, seriously, maybe next year, 2022, I think we're looking at different types of passes and different things that we can do with them. And I just have this gut feeling
I think
it's not going to be for the
with,
better.
Well, I think with what you're thinking is going to affect more of the Florida residents. Because if you're a non-Florida
Probably.
resident that's an annual pass holder, you really only have two options right now. With or without water parks. That's all you get. Florida residents get a lot.
We got like 5 different.
Yeah, we get very different choices. So I think with you saying it's going to look a lot different, I think, and I don't know what that different is going to be, but for the fact that out-of-state pass holders only have 2 options, I think those 2 options are going to remain the same, with or without.
I could see actually, because of COVID times, I could see Disney giving Florida passes, like what we have, out to the public. Being able to like do monthly payments or something like that. I could probably see them doing that. Because of COVID and the economy and the struggles with money. I could see that happening.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, then Peter also said, we're thinking about moving to Florida within a few years.
Yay!
What area would you recommend? We want to be about 45 minutes or less to Disney.
So
Central Florida's big.
very big.
I would say if you want to be within a minute range to Disney, you want to stay within Polk, Osceola, Orange, and Seminole.
Those are the counties. I would look at those counties. So write these counties down. Say them again.
Polk,
Polk.
Polk. Osceola, Osceola.
Yes.
Orange, like the fruit.
Orange. Orange.
Seminole. Seminole. Within those counties, you're pretty much
You'll be in your 20
that
to 45
minute range.
Yeah.
Now, granted, other counties that are in those areas, like if you're on the edge, I think, of Lake County, you probably would still be in that 45 minute. But for the main part, you could pretty much, you want to stay in those counties.
I agree.
Now, as to which county you move to is going to depend on what you're looking for. I mean, to be honest. So, yeah.
And actually, I would then say refer to the YouTube channel and podcast, The Diz Unplugged, because they actually are really good. They have a friend who is a realtor, and they do a segment called Moving to the Magic, where they go around to these different counties and look at the housings and certain things, and they take you into a house.
The pricing
and they go over those pricings
too. The pricing of each county is different. The school ratings are different.
And they don't just go over buying a house, they go over apartments as well.
Yeah, so whether buying or renting, the pricing is different among the different counties. Your school ratings are different among the different counties. Also, just your, I don't want to say necessarily neighborhood, but like traffic.
Yeah, the traffic.
The traffic flow.
Yeah.
If you're in Osceola and Orange County, there is traffic. I mean, obviously not everywhere in those counties, but those are your two major counties for your theme parks. So people that are just visiting.
Those are your high tourist.
Yeah, those are your high tourist counties because your theme parks are located within those two counties, minus Busch Gardens because that's down in Tampa.
Yeah.
But your three main theme parks between Disney, SeaWorld, and Universal, they're all within Osceola and Orange counties. So
if you don't want to deal with heavy traffic going to work, probably stay out of that.
So you're going to have traffic even off of your main highways because you have the people that are staying off of property. You also have people that may be staying on property, but they want to go venture out off the property. And so there's a lot of traffic. If you go farther south to Polk County or farther north up to Seminole County, your traffic starts to kind of
die off.
Dissipate.
Yeah. Like you might have some in certain areas of those counties, but it really starts to die off.
I mean,
and you'll still be close to those parks as you were hoping to be.
Legoland is in Polk County, but Legoland is not a big theme park when you're comparing it to those other three.
Yeah.
So Polk County gets traffic when there's an accident on I-4 and they shift everybody. And they tell everyone you need to get off I-4. Go through Polk County.
Exactly.
And then Polk County gets traffic. And probably the same with Seminole County too. That they get it from the opposite side.
Yeah.
So
exactly. So we answered two like we did the last time.
I think those were really the only two because everyone else was just making comments.
Okay. So we went to Adventureland. Lisa said she would get rid of Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse. I said I would get rid of Magic Carpets of Aladdin. We went through Frontierland, and we both said we would get rid of that arcade shooting thing. I don't know. And now we are going into Liberty Square, which has what attractions, Lisa?
Well, it used to have the Muppet Revolution, which I loved, but they got rid of that.
I used to love the Muppet Revolution. We are revolting.
We are revolting.
It was so funny.
Anyway, so you have
Hall of Presidents,
the Liberty Boat, and Haunted Mansion. It's pretty. Liberty Square is very tiny.
Yeah, it's very tiny.
Everything else is your restaurants. They don't really have many gift shops. The only gift shop I think is the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah,
one.
well, the reason why they don't have gift shops because they keep it in those scenes.
Well, yeah.
That time frame, they didn't have that stuff.
If you want to get.
That's why you're walking on poop.
Yeah.
In Liberty Square. Did you know that? Did you know that you're walking on poop?
I'm pretty sure they've known this because you say it every time. You're walking on poop.
You're walking on poop.
So anyway, what would I get rid of? Well, I'd get rid of the Hall of Presidents.
Get rid of the Hall of Presidents.
I'm not going to get rid of the Haunted Mansion.
Of course not.
And the Liberty Boat, I mean,
I like that cruise. I like
It's
cruise
just
around.
kind of
It's
nice and
relaxing.
And
It doesn't fill up a lot because a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to go ride a boat.
yeah.
So
Well, and
I
even
like it.
and it's also a very big boat. Mm-hmm. So even when there are a lot of people on it, like there's plenty of space.
Yeah.
So,
Well, the Christmas shop, yeah, that's in Liberty Square.
But we're not necessarily getting rid of shops.
No, just
They
attractions.
have to be an attraction. So if it's not a
Hall of Presidents.
it has to be something other than food.
Like, I understand the history and people like that stuff.
I don't.
I'm
Sorry. I just mean that bores me. There's other history. I get into other.
I like other
forms of
history.
Okay, it's.
I never liked it as a kid. Like,
Yeah,
I didn't want to sit there and listen to all these different presidents who did a lot of things, historic things, which I appreciate. It just wasn't for me. I always found it very boring, and I think it's very scary to walk into.
My whole thing is, I think, like I said, it's not that I don't like history or I don't appreciate history.
I love history, just not that.
But like, I don't want to sit through all these different presidents talking.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want that in my life.
no. So I'd get rid of that.
Yeah, I understand. It's good if you want time with AC, but I think like I
There's other
still
things you could
drive
do with the AC.
drive myself nuts.
Let me just tell you this. For those of you that know me, you know I can't stand Carousel of Progress. I will choose Carousel of Progress over the Hall of Presidents. So.
I don't know. So that's what we would get rid of. Hall of Presidents. Somebody leave a question?
There's still no. People are just
that's fine.
commenting.
Oh, I didn't know. I see you look down.
No questions yet. So,
Okay.
Which is fine.
So then we go into
Fantasyland, which
is
probably
the
has
most.
the most attractions. So you have.
My God, are you gonna try to name them all?
Yeah.
Can you name them all? Let's see.
We're gonna see. You got Peter Pan's Flight.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Small World.
Mm-hmm.
Filler Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Prince Charming Regal Carousel.
Mm-hmm.
Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Mm-hmm.
Journey with the Little Mermaid. Journey with the Little Mermaid's in Hollywood Studios. The Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Dumbo.
Mm-hmm. Barnstormer.
Barnstormer.
Am I missing one?
Well, you would have typically had your meet and greet, but meet and greets don't exist anymore.
Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh. The teacups.
Teacups.
And is Tomorrowland Speed? No, that's
Tomorrowland. That's Tomorrowland.
Okay, so 10.
10.
If I'm not.
Leave it in the comments. It's 10, right? There's 10 attractions. 10
if there's
rides.
like a show I'm missing, let me know. But I said Filler Magic.
We said Filler Magic. Mr. Toads isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
Mr. Toads is replaced by
That's
Winnie the Pooh. I think it's just 10. We're not missing one, right? I'm not missing one.
I think everything else is gift shops.
Yeah, it's all gift shops
Meet and
then.
greets and food.
Yeah, I think we got them. It's 10. 10 attractions in Fantasyland.
All in that little area.
Yeah.
Well, and whenever they bring the train back.
Yeah, technically.
But that goes through all of it.
But that goes through all of it. But you can get on.
I think we got all of them.
I think it's 10.
Wow, 10.
10 in Fantasyland.
10.
Those small cramped spaces.
I would consider Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique an attraction, but that's not open. And that would be in Fantasyland as well.
So, Lisa, what would you get rid of out of the 10 attractions in Fantasyland? What doesn't meet the par?
Oh, I can't stand It's a Small World, so that's gotta go.
That's gotta go?
It gotta go.
I have to agree.
It's gone.
We loathe It's a Small World. Now, I know that is against the Disney grain.
Oh, my gosh. When we did a love-hate...
Leave it in the comments, your hateful comments to us right now.
When we did that
Trashing
love-hate or update of It's a Small World, I thought...
I wanted to die.
Yeah.
It wasn't that serious,
like
but it was terrible.
Ride of them singing nonstop.
The same song over and
It's
over.
a Small World after all.
Creepy porcelain dolls.
Creepy dolls, which, by the way, we truly believe are like souls of the
former
cast members
who
cracked under the Disney brainwashing.
I truly believe that.
Constantly smiling with their two-finger point. Welcome.
Yeah.
Have a magical day.
The Little Mermaid, the one in Hollywood Studios, is so much better. I will agree with that. I do like the Little Mermaid in Fantasyland, but I do agree the one in Hollywood Studios is better.
know. Listen,
But
it's a small world.
Small World takes
to
it.
Go.
It takes it. I'm sorry. It's classic. I understand
It needs
that.
to go.
I'm
It needs
sorry,
to just
not
burn
sorry.
to the ground. Set all those Disney cast members that have gone cuckoo, set their souls free. It needs to go.
Get rid of it.
Why not put a Tangled ride in there? You got Pascal. All Rapunzel gets is a restroom. That's what her attraction is. She gets a restroom. Put a Rapunzel attraction in where It's a Small World is.
It's sorry, not sorry. It's just that bad. I can't deal with it
How
anymore.
sad is it to know that like my only attraction is a restroom?
The what?
Like if you were that Disney princess, my only attraction at Magic Kingdom is that it's a restroom.
That's funny.
It's true though.
But it's true. It's funny. It's funny because it is true. My kid has all those wooden guns. LOL, lots of money wrapped up in that. That's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I just.
We can still get rid of the attraction.
Can we still get rid of it? Or can we change the song? Could we update it at least
Can
to
we
maybe
change the dolls?
the dolls to actual animatronics or
change
something?
the song.
To like not dolls, but to like people or
And
something.
change the song.
And maybe you can keep the song, but could you give it like a new theme?
And maybe speed up the boat so I'm not on the attraction as long.
Yeah. Can we do something like that? And maybe I'd be like a little bit okay. I probably still would hate it.
No.
I
I'm
probably
gonna hate
still
it.
would hate it.
I'd hate it.
Yeah, probably. Okay. So now we're going to Tomorrowland.
Yeah, we'll go into. So Tomorrowland, you got Tomorrowland Speedway,
Yes.
Space Mountain,
Mm-hmm.
Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin,
Mm-hmm.
People Mover,
Mm-hmm.
Astro Orbiter,
Carousel?
Progress, Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor.
Yes, because Stitch is gone.
I think that's.
So
all.
we're not even going to talk about Stitch because that is permanently gone, thank God.
Yeah, I think that's it.
So we're at eight.
Seven.
7 attractions. 7 attractions in Tomorrowland, right? 7.
Yeah.
Yes. What would you get rid of, Lisa? Some people are saying the Orbiter. I understand that.
Well, here's my thing. It's out of the way. It's on top of a building. Like, it's out of the way.
And you get some great views.
Yeah, that can stay.
But I understand where you're coming from, though. Because, so is that Buzz? Yeah.
I go in between Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor and Tomorrowland Speedway.
Okay.
The reason I say those two is Tomorrowland Speedway smells.
What if they went electric? There was talk about that for a while, but because
Maybe
of COVID,
I'd enjoy it
they don't
more,
have the
but,
money, I'm
like,
sure.
I hate walking through that area. It just smells like gasoline.
Mm-hmm.
Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor. The only reason I say that is I don't feel like that really fits in with the theme or the thought of Tomorrowland.
I get what you're saying with that.
Like everything else is like space related or like I don't know, but like then you just got monsters.
I'm surprised you didn't put
Shut
Carousel of Progress in that.
I would have, except
Because you really hate Carousel of Progress.
hate Carousel of Progress, but the rumor has it that Tom Hanks may be the new commentator, in which case it may make that attraction a little bit more enjoyable for me because Tom Hanks is like, that's my movie star daddy.
That's your
like
movie
the day
star daddy?
he dies, I will cry. Like I will probably have the same reaction to Tom Hanks' future death as my mom did with Robin Williams. That's like my movie star daddy.
I think Tom Hanks would do a fantastic job with Carousel of Progress, commentating that. I think it would be amazing. So which one would it be for you then, Lisa? You're stuck between the two. You got to choose one. This isn't one or the other. You got to choose one that you're just like, done. Get out of here. Skedaddle. Scoot. Skedaddle. There's no real speed on the Speedway. That is true. There is no speed. And who can really drive those things?
Let's get rid of the Speedway.
You want to get rid of the Speedway?
I would rather drive the antique cars at Knoebels.
I feel like you can't even drive those things anyways. You're always like... And it's like, I have a driver's license. I don't know how to drive this thing. Why am I running into everything?
Yeah. I'm going to go with the Speedway.
I understand, but I cannot agree with Lisa on that one.
I know what you're going with because you told me.
For me, I would get rid of Space Ranger spin. Get rid of Buzz in Tomorrowland.
Goes along with one of his reasons for getting rid of Aladdin.
1. It is a terrible ripoff of Toy Story Mania. Toy Story Mania is
better.
so much better.
It is better because you can actually see.
And that's the big gripe.
Like,
I can't
you can
see anything.
your targets on Buzz Lightyear spin or Space Ranger spin, but you can't actually tell if your laser is hitting that target or if it's someone else's laser.
I asked Lisa, most of the time I'm shooting, and I'm like, I see her points going up, and I'm like, mine aren't moving. I'm like, I don't even know what the hell I'm shooting at. Like, I can't see my laser. I can't see anything.
You know that you're shooting at Z's, but like you can't. Yeah, like you
I don't know where it's at.
See if your laser is hitting the Z or not.
Yeah.
Whereas like Toy Story and Mania, like, is very obvious if you're hitting your target or not.
Exactly. So I would get rid of Buzz. It has to go. I'm sorry.
BB asked how hot was it today? It wasn't.
Today and tomorrow are the cold.
60.
Yeah, we've
been
been
in the 50s all day.
We've been hitting some really good weather, like high 70s, even some mid 80s. However, today and tomorrow are your cold days, so mid 60s we'll say. And then starting Saturday, it's 73, but then we start rising back up to 80s. So that's going to be rad. But today, tomorrow, we're cold.
Val?
I think today was 65.
Val said, dumb question, is Speedway the same as Fast Track? There is no such thing as a dumb question, but no, they are not the same. And I think it meant Test Track, not Fast Track. So Tomorrowland, Speedway. Have you ever gone to an amusement park where you could drive like antique cars? Or any other car where you're just on a track? That's what Tomorrowland Speedway is like they make you feel like you're driving a car, which I guess technically you are, but it doesn't drive. I mean, like, if you take your foot off the gas, it stops. But like Tony said, it doesn't listen to your steering.
Yeah, it doesn't listen to your steering at all.
Steering.
It's something really cool for kids to do because they feel like an adult, I guess, like to be able to drive.
Test Track is an Epcot, and although you're in a car, you're not driving it. It is 100% just a ride.
On a track.
A lot better. Because it's more of like a thrill ride.
It is. It's almost like a weird type roller coaster in a sense.
It's pretty much Tomorrowland, or not Tomorrowland. Test Track is, well, what pre-COVID, when you would be in the line, you would design your car. And before you would get into your ride vehicle, you would scan your magic band that would have saved the car you designed. And so you're competing with everyone else riding in your car.
No, you don't do that. Well, pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID.
Yes.
Now you still like do all the driving tests that it does, but there's like, you're not competing anymore because no one's designing a car.
And your car always wins because you got nobody else in that car with you. So you always win.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
But yeah, so Test Track's more of a thrill ride, and it's better. Tomorrowland Speedway, yeah, like it's more exciting for the kids because they feel like adults because they're driving a car.
Exactly. So it's more of a kid thing. Like I liked it a lot when I was a kid because I felt like an adult. You know, I get to drive my old man around.
I can't wait though till Tron opens.
Yeah.
Because that will be Tomorrowland.
Cool.
Yeah. So those are all the lands.
So let's do a quick go back around the land. And let's just pick our favorite. And then we'll cut this stream.
Which one's our favorite?
So we're back at Main Street, Lisa. What's your most favorite thing that you love about Main Street?
Starbucks.
Starbucks is the only answer that is correct about Main Street. It's not the Emporium.
It's not the castle.
It's Starbucks.
Yeah.
Starbucks is the only correct answer. See? BB gets it. Starbucks. Right? Oh, they go, Starbucks? What the? Yes, Starbucks. I have true story. Let me tell you a true story. It's very quick. Maybe 2 years ago, I rope dropped Magic Kingdom, which is like a big deal for me because I like sleeping in.
Yeah, we never.
So I never really make rope drop. But I rope dropped Magic Kingdom. And I saw the little opening show.
Does it for important reasons.
Yeah.
If you are rope dropping a park,
it's
because you are trying to get to a main attraction that you do not have a fast pass for, because you know if you get there first thing in the morning, you will stand in a much shorter line than if you wait till like the afternoon. Tony and I.
Now,
If
this is the story, though.
okay.
So I understand. I'll let you. But so I've seen people. Okay, so I rope dropped and I got to watch the little opening ceremony parade thing when they did that.
Pre-COVID.
Pre-COVID. And then I saw people lining up because they had ropes, into Tomorrowland and into Adventureland. And I knew exactly. So there was a big line going into Adventureland area, and then what was all roped off. So I knew a lot of people were going to go over to Seven Dwarfs. And then on the other side, on the right-hand side, I know a lot of people were running to like Space Mountain. So they let the ropes drop. I see people running, not like literally because you shouldn't run, but like walking really fast, pouncing. What I do, I rope dropped Starbucks because I knew everybody's going. I get my coffee a lot faster, and I just let everybody go nuts. And I'm just sitting back, hanging out with Roy and Mickey with my coffee, hand over top of Roy, and just like.
When we rope drop parks, we rope drop Starbucks. It's
we
even
rope drop
like
Starbucks.
When we rope drop the warehouse, we're rope dropping Starbucks. And then we go to the warehouse.
And then I go to the warehouse. I always go to Starbucks first.
Even at Universal. We rope drop, we go to Starbucks.
It's true. We never run to a ride. We never run to a gift shop to get the best thing.
Even on our honeymoon, when we did rope drop to go into Harry Potter World, which we did, but when we were at the hotel, we had stopped at Starbucks.
Exactly. Okay, so some people are asking about Starbucks still. So we're still on Main Street, USA here.
Well, baby wants to know what are our customized Starbucks.
If it's cold like a day of today, I am getting a grande caramel macchiato hot. Macchiato hot. On a hot day, I am getting a grande hazelnut coffee frappuccino, 2% milk, no whipped cream.
On a cold day, I get a caramel macchiato hot. On a hot day, I get my caramel frappuccino with no whipped cream.
I have a bougie hot day drink one. It's got to be 2%, no whipped cream. Hello.
Hello. Now, sometimes when they do their specialty flavors, if it's something that intrigues me, I'll try it.
I don't like to step out of the box too much.
You did that one time.
One time I did, and it was a cinnamon
Disney
roll.
Springs. Yeah, it was
cinnamon
Christmas
roll.
2 years ago. They had this cinnamon roll.
And it was good, but I don't like to step out of the box too much with my drinks.
Gotten, a pumpkin pie one or something.
Yeah, I'm not into that. So I like to stay in my 2-drink realm, one or the other. So we're going back. We're talking about our favorite ride now. So Main Street USA, we got our coffees.
Starbucks.
We're ready to make that turn again. We always go to the left, so we're in Adventureland. Lisa, what is your favorite attraction, favorite thing at Adventureland?
A Dole Whip.
Dole Whip.
But that's
so
not
Lisa's gonna grab her Starbucks and she's gonna finish it by Adventureland and get herself a Dole Whip.
No, my favorite attraction, I'll go with Pirates.
Pirates. I think I'm gonna go Pirates as well.
We're between that and Jungle Cruise.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Pirates. I love Pirates, and it's gonna be very different when I feel they're gonna take down those Johnny Depp animatronics. That's a whole other situation and story. We could talk about it later on in life. But I think that might happen. But for now, it still very much is Pirates of the Caribbean. Yes, I understand the Disneyland Paris one and the Disneyland California is beyond better than Pirates, but we're talking about Magic Kingdom here.
No, isn't it Shanghai that has the whole Pirates land?
They have the Pirate Land.
Is that Shanghai?
Yes. And they have the really cool looking, but it's all 3D water ride of it.
Anyway, okay.
What were some of the other? I saw some people saying. Yeah, but I was seeing what other people were saying.
Only one person said Tiki Room.
Pirates awesome, but that first launch drop always gets me.
I'm always shocked that you could take an infant on that ride.
Yeah, they say that there is no height requirement.
I've seen babies go on that ride because I guess But there's like nothing strapping you in, which I get is why that the baby can go on it. But you go down a decent drop, so you better be holding on to that baby.
Yeah, so that's really weird that is I don't know. I don't know. It's very
Have
weird.
you both been to Disney Anaheim?
No, I was going to go or wanting to go. I think it was last year or
I remember
this year.
when,
I was planning on it, and then
when
COVID, and then COVID
and
happened.
then
Because I kept looking at rates and other
2
things.
years ago when my family was planning, like 2 or 3 years ago, my family was planning a family vacation that we ended up going to Williamsburg, Virginia. But Tony had said to my mom, like, how about we all go to Disneyland? Like, none of us have ever been to Disneyland. And my mom looked at him, she goes, no, they don't have Epcot.
So yeah, and that's her mom, my mother-in-law, her mom, biggest gripe. She will not go to Disneyland because they don't have Epcot. It reminds me of that one YouTube video of that guy and girl on that date thing.
But she wants to go travel the world like an Epcot.
Yeah, I forget what that video was called, but it was amazing. It was this whole satire thing.
Go and experience new cultures like an
Epcot.
Epcot.
It's so funny. It's actually really good. I can't even remember what it's called, or I tell all you to watch it. It's like a 3-minute
It's hilarious.
first date type thing. It's 3 minutes, and I don't know. It was amazing. It was great. I can't remember what it's called. I'll have to look it up, and once I do, I will post it on social media and be like, watch this. This is that thing I was talking about. It's amazing.
And then we go to Frontierland.
Frontierland. What is your favorite thing at Frontierland?
I was gonna say Splash Mountain, but they're gonna be refurbishing that and changing it. So I don't know if that will still be my favorite or not, because I won't know till after they're done.
That's true.
Currently it's Splash Mountain, but then depending on how I like the new refurbishment with the Princess and the Frog, it may stay with Splash Mountain or it'll go to Big Thunder.
I think for me, I think Big Thunder takes the win.
Unless you're in the front row.
Oh, then it sucks. Yeah, if you're in front row, my opinion, on Big Thunder, it's terrible. It's like the worst ride.
Stupidest ride ever.
What have you not done at Disney? Sounds like you completed everything. What have we not done at Disney?
Bippity Boppity Boutique.
I've never done the bippity boppity. I've never gotten the makeover.
We've never done the Pirate Boutique.
Yeah, and I never got dressed up like a pirate. I never got my hair cut on Main Street.
We haven't done all the meet and greets, but now you can't do those anyway.
Yeah, we've done meet and greets, but we never did all of them.
Like the princess ones and the fair. I have never eaten at Be Our Guest.
Don't want to.
And I've never eaten at Cinderella's Royal Table.
Don't want to.
Those are things I haven't done.
Yeah, we haven't done those.
Yeah.
I want to get dressed up like a pirate, but I don't want to spend like $100 some.
You buy the pirate costume outside the parks and then take it with you.
Exactly.
It's what people do with. It's how you save money for your little girls that want to do the Bippity Boppity Boutique. Buy their princess dress outside of Disney World and bring it with you.
Go to Target or stop at the Character Warehouse. If they have some dresses there, get 50% off, just saying. You might get a dress for $40, but it was originally like $150. I'm just saying. And then get the boutique and,
Your sister does that with
my sister definitely does that.
With our niece.
Yeah, she buys them online.
Yeah, she gets all like the costume stuff outside of Disney and then would bring it down.
Yeah.
Because that way you don't have to pay. See, that's what makes Bippity Boppity Boutique get very expensive, because you're paying for the hair, the makeup, and the costume.
Correct.
So if you bring your costume, which by the way, at Disney, those costumes can go anywhere from like $75 to like over $300.
Depends.
If you buy them outside the park, they're a lot cheaper, and then you just have to pay for hair and makeup.
Works out.
So, or shop with
ahead of time and take it with you. Absolutely.
So, yeah.
As for those restaurants, I don't feel the need. I have to. Kind of don't want to. because I feel like for me, uh, I think it's gonna be a waste of money. I never been there, so I should try it first. One time, maybe on the very back end of my list. Other things I'd rather do before that. I just think, like, for me, this is my opinion. When you go inside the parks, okay,
Okay.
Magic Kingdom, Epcot,
Any of the
Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom, park food is really not that good.
It's expensive,
I think,
and you don't
I
get a
think
lot
when
of it.
people are like, oh, Be Our Guest was amazing, we had such a good time, you have to try it. I don't know the truth of what people think when they say that, but my guess is the food was meh, like blah, but the atmosphere and
You're
pre-COVID when
paying
they
for the
had
atmosphere.
the princesses go around, you see your kids smiling. I think that is the thing that people
You're
say
paying
that
for the atmosphere.
that they're saying, like, that was so wonderful, you have to try it, which I get, but I'm just talking about the food quality. I think the food quality is not there at any
You have to
inside
go
the
to
park.
Disney Springs.
Disney Springs gets a much
Or
fresher quality.
hotels.
Or hotels.
Not hotel quick services, like hotel actual sit down restaurants.
Yeah.
Someone wants to know any Disney tattoos. I don't.
I have one. I have Alice in Wonderland. So Alice is murdering the rabbit with a hatchet, and she's got like blood all over her, and she's kind of like, what happened? And the rabbit's there with like X's on his eyes with a hatchet sticking out of him. I have that one. I don't think Lisa likes that tattoo.
I just still remember that one time before we moved down here, we came on vacation, and that little girl got all excited because all she saw was Alice.
And she got really excited
She
about
got really
it.
excited, and then her mom started laughing, and she looked at her. She goes, "I don't think she saw the whole tattoo."
That's my only Disney tattoo. Sorry. Yeah, but that one I got for free. Me and my buddy did tattoos at the time. He's just doing them at his house. We call those like jail tats. Not literally in jail, but somebody just does them at their house. That's what we call them. So I kind of have this thing like with me and him, like if we have a conversation and you can laugh about something for over a minute straight, that thing is tattooed on you before you can even say no. And I don't even remember the conversation of what, but something about Alice had.
You to get Alice murdering the rabbit.
I think we were talking about old Disney comics where they were actually horror stories a bit. And I think that's kind of how we got on the topic, and we were laughing about stuff like how cool this would be if they had done that. And I have that now tattooed on me. I don't regret it.
Someone asked me if I have any tattoos. I do. I have two.
Two tattoos.
For my grandfathers.
She's more the
No
sentimental
Disney. Yeah,
one.
I can't just get something tattooed on me just because it made me laugh.
I have a lot of random tattoos.
Or just random stuff like that he has.
I have a very
To have
conceited
something
tattoo.
permanently on my body needs to have meaning to me, and so
She's the sentimental
I'm
one.
sentimental.
I have I guess what people would call a conceited tattoo.
Well, it's just creepy.
Apparently, I have something what people would call conceited.
Or creepy.
Or creepy? Are we talking about the same one?
Of you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's just creepy. You have a tattoo of yourself on you.
I have a tattoo of myself on myself.
I was like 2.
I was like at least 4.
Alright. He has a picture of himself as a kid tattooed on. Like, that's creepy.
Curly mullet, Oshkosh bagosh V-neck, just rocker. Yeah, I have that tattooed on me.
Alright, moving on to Liberty Square.
Liberty Square.
What
Haunted
are-
Mansion.
Yeah.
Duh.
Durr.
Duh.
Durr.
Like, hello, pick up, who's there? Of course, Haunted Mansion is the best in Liberty Square. Do we even have to ask? I think the real question comes down to Fantasyland, because you have all these 10 attractions. Lisa, which is your favorite out of the 10 attractions?
At Fantasyland?
Yes.
7 Dwarfs.
7 Dwarves.
As long as I'm not in front row.
I understand that. Yeah, front row's terrible, just like Big Thunder. On front row. I will give it to Peter Pan.
Yeah, that is
I
true.
love Peter Pan.
I
love dark rides. I really, really
just
do.
like Tink.
And I do love Tink. She's bossy.
She's bossy.
Yeah, see? Peter Pan. Yeah.
Someone else said Mine Train.
I get that. Mine Train, it can be amazing. I like that rocking, swaying, feature in the ride. I just don't like front row at all.
It's like Big Thunder. If you're
It's
on
like the
front
most
row,
boring thing if you're front row.
Yeah, because you don't go fast down the hill. And by
You're
the
just
time-
kind of like sitting
by
there
the
down the
time
hill.
the back of the train catches up, you've already made it down the hill and you've gone 1 mile per hour.
Yes.
Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland, Last Land.
Mountain.
Space Mountain's your favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello.
Until Tron comes and then that'll probably change.
Carousel of Progress.
Really over Space Mountain?
Absolutely.
You're messed up.
I love Carousel of Progress so much. I don't even know how long ago, but there's a video on YouTube of me, because nobody else wanted to do it, where I did nothing but Carousel of Progress
For 6 hours.
for 6 hours straight. And I mean, like, as soon as I
that's a good one.
got
People
off.
Mover.
Oh, People Mover is great. Hello.
Hello.
As soon as I got off of Carousel, I literally went right back on. Watched a 20-minute show. Got off. Did another 20 minutes, like, right away. Like, and I set some rules, like only like a bathroom break, and I had a half-hour lunch break, and that was it. I think I made it 9 times, 10 times in a row before I was like
you
cracking.
didn't make it that much.
Well, because they were 20 minutes apiece, so you gotta think about
And
that.
you took a lunch break and you had a potty break.
Yeah.
I think you made it like 7 or 8. Because when we did the 3 Caballeros, we were on that 6 times. And so I think I was only missed out on it by like 1 or 2 times.
So I think it was like 3 hours I did. Or close to 3 hours.
I'm not a fan of Space Mountain.
I love Space Mountain. But People Mover is great. I'm actually so happy that I see a lot of People Mover comments.
Yeah, because, I mean, that was...
Do you know that People Mover probably now isn't going to open till probably March?
2022?
It probably will be at 2022 at this point. I don't know why Disney just doesn't come out and say that. They're like, oh, we're going to have extensions till the end of February. Like, just say you're not opening it. Just, it's not going to open yet. Just come out and say it. I hate that whole, like, tease you a little bit, like the possibility of something may happen. I wish Disney would just grow a set and just actually say it. Just say it. My favorite vlog from y'all is when you rode the Grand Fiesta Tour over. Same thing. Carousel of Progress, but we did it with Lisa with that. Lisa cracked. Big time. She was like crying. Like I was sitting there and we were with another buddy and him and I were talking or whatever.
This is like the 6th ride. The 6th time in a row. Like literally I'm just getting on that ride, riding it,
and then like,
getting off and getting right back in line.
Me and the guy, we were talking.
Me and the guy.
And we just hear Lisa just start laughing hysterically. We look
out
over.
Of nowhere.
And I'm like, what's so funny? And then she just kept going laughing. And then she started crying, like tears and laughing. I was like, dude.
I had no idea why.
I was like, dude, she's gone. She lost it. Like, she lost it.
I cracked.
It's crazy. I thought it was funny.
Oh, gosh. They kept crashing People Mover.
Of course, it always crashes. Yeah, they've been doing testings on it, but they're like, it just needs a couple things. It's going to be like end of February. Dude, like, you're not going to open this thing to probably summer. Just call it what it is.
What are everyone's thoughts? Because we're coming up to the Super Bowl. Do you think they're going to do the Super Bowl parade?
No.
That they do every year at Magic Kingdom?
I don't think so. I don't see how it would be possible. Because at the end of the Super Bowl, so, when the winner wins.
When the winner wins. When the winner is announced. The MVP is announced.
Yes, and
they're
always
like, go, I'm going to Disney World.
What are you going to do next? I'm going to Disney World or Disneyland.
Which now no one's going to Disneyland because it's not open.
And then the next day, Monday, we would be at a park, Disneyland or Disney World. Obviously, it's not going to be Disneyland, so Disney World.
At
They
Magic
would have the
Kingdom, and they would
parade
have
at
the parade.
11 a.m. Very early,
Yeah.
and it'd be like
So
only a
said
half
that they
hour
do it
long.
last year, yeah.
Yes.
Patrick Mahomes was there.
And we did
because
a
you have to
video on it.
remember, Super Bowl last year was technically pre-COVID here in the States. Well, pre-COVID pandemic shutdown.
Because we didn't shut down till mid-March.
Yeah, we didn't shut down until mid-March.
So we had, and we were there for Patrick Mahomes, and the year before that we were there for Tom Brady. So
that's what I was saying. So Phil said he doesn't even think they're going to do a cavalcade. And that's what I'm thinking.
I don't see how they could.
At the same time, like...
If anything, maybe a stage show where they just
But
come
you're
up
still
on
gonna
stage,
have
but then you're going to
people.
have this huge crowd. So I don't see it happening at all. And then I also thought, too, here was my other thought. Say Disney was even going to do it. Let's say they found some weird way to be able to make this happen. The MVP may not feel comfortable going to a theme park. Like I said to Lisa, and I was saying to other people, like, because some people might say, like, oh, but those
They're playing
athletes,
games, but, like,
they travel around. They're with people without their face masks. They're touring this and that. I was like, but that's their job. You know, they get paid for that. That is a job. They may not feel comfortable going and taking their family to a theme park. Somebody might be very fearful of the COVID thing.
There.
So, you know,
They would always
there's
have,
always that possibility.
Yeah, there's always a spot on Main Street, USA that they block off for the family of the MVP.
So maybe they just don't want that, and you know, don't want the crowds being close to them, and you know, some people are very fearful, and you respect that, and Disney can't force them.
Do you think they'll go to Busch Gardens instead?
No.
With it being the fact that they're playing in Tampa, they don't have to drive anywhere.
No.
I don't know.
I don't think they're really going to do anything.
He can ride the Move It, Shake It float. Well, that's what he did. That's what they always do.
Yeah, that's what they do. I don't know. I don't see it happening.
I don't know.
I can't see it. Unless, but even then, they wouldn't have anybody there. Maybe they would do like a live taping at like Wide World of Sports or something, but I don't see them actually going to Magic Kingdom. I can't see it happening. I don't think so.
Anyway.
That's just my opinion. Something could surprise me, but there's no word on it. There's no nothing, because I think Disney is like, no, this isn't going to happen. I don't see how they could. Although it was really funny that what did I tell you today about it or yesterday? This morning. That they were doing a petition
Oh yeah, you were telling
to
me about
have
this morning.
to have the 2021 Olympics.
The governor of Florida is trying to petition to have the 2021 Olympics here in Disney.
Because Disney did so
You're
well.
not even on the Olympic committee. You have no say in
because
that.
Disney said they did so well, which they did with MLS, soccer,
But
and basketball, which they did.
There's a difference between hosting MLS and the NBA than there is to now you got to make all these arenas for all these different sports.
I think
not happening.
I think that just had to be some sort of rumor, and that's it. One, there's no way that you could get it done that quick a time. Two, what would you do? Shut down the parks for like 3 months? Like 2 months?
Don't last that.
I know, but I'm just saying because that's kind of what you would have to do if you did that. But that'd be funny to have an Olympic Disney bubble. That would be funny. How could you do that? There's so many people. So many people.
Traffic's already terrible.
Like, this is stupid. And
where are you housing all these people? You have to remember,
nobody would be
just the U.S. You're bringing all these countries.
Nobody would be allowed to stay on property. Disney would have to utilize every single hotel
but they
and
wouldn't
resort.
have enough room. You have to think like you're bringing athletes from like every country around the world.
Plus their agents, their family,
their coaches.
Exactly. You're bringing all these people.
And then the alternates.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have enough arenas in Disney to make up for all of this. Where are they going to do their marathons?
They're going to walk Magic Kingdom. They're going to put them on the Move It, Shake It, Mouse Could Dance at Cavalcade. And the guy's going to stand there, and Mickey's going to hold the torch. He's going to dance, and Mickey's going to hold the torch.
Is he gonna be the final one that goes up
And
lights
he's
the big
gonna
torch?
he's gonna light the big torch on the stage right by the castle. That's what Mickey's gonna do.
And fireworks will shoot out. And Tinkerbell will fly across the sky.
Yes, it'll be amazing. Disney's been waiting for this their whole life. Jesus, copyright that. If anybody from Disney watches this, we had that idea. All right, I think that's it. So we now toured Magic Kingdom. We gave you the rides we need to get rid of.
Weekend gets busy.
Oh yeah, it does. Any holiday gets busy. Thanksgiving, no different. Busy, busy, busy.
We've gone on Thanksgiving Day.
Yes, so far 3 times, three Thanksgivings we've been on Thanksgiving
Magic
Day.
Kingdom, Hollywood Magic Kingdom.
Yes, usually stick within those two. Always busy, very busy. That's more of a time.
Very busy.
I would say for people who go Thanksgiving, don't expect it to be like a ride day. Go there.
Or expect to wait in lines all day.
Yeah, I would say go there as just a casual Disney fan and just people watch.
That's what we do.
And just walk around. That's what we do on Thanksgiving. That's it. What about the week after Thanksgiving? Busy.
Well, you have to remember.
Still crowds.
Well, you have to remember too is the locals. The kids are off. Well, no, they would go back to school on the Monday after Thanksgiving.
But other families are still on vacation.
Yeah, so you have like your families that came down for Thanksgiving are probably still on vacation, and that you're also now entering into the Christmas season. So you have all the families coming down for the Christmas season that aren't going to be there during actual Christmas Day, Christmas weekend. Just as busy.
I would say pretty much bank starting the week of Thanksgiving to Christmas Day. Or New Year's, after New Year's is at their peak.
Crowds are
highest
high.
Peak. Yes.
Crowds are high.
So that whole month, just a month and a half. Is it decorated for Christmas after Thanksgiving?
It's
directly.
decorated for Christmas after Halloween.
Yes.
There's
after
no
Halloween.
Thanksgiving decoration.
There's no
it
Thanksgiving.
goes from Halloween, November 1st, Christmas.
Yeah.
Actually, no. I think they do like Halloween goes to like the first weekend of November, and then boom, Christmas overnight.
Yeah. Well, they have a lot of I have a fly in this house, right there.
It's not a fly. It's like a mosquito.
I have a mosquito in the house.
It's going on the ceiling.
Boo! I gotta get that.
It.
I gotta get that thing then.
It's gonna bite me.
It probably will. Anyways, all right, Lisa, you distract them while I kill it.
That's what?
I don't know. Talk to the people.
Hi. What are you gonna kill it with? Did you get it?
Of course I did.
You got it.
Tell your friends about me.
Tony Strong.
I killed it. Anyways, so that concludes this live stream. We went around to all the lands of Magic Kingdom and gave you our worst, meaning the rides that we would actually get rid of, and not just tell you what the worst is, just get rid of it. Like, it's done. It's got to go. And we went back around and told you what our favorite from each land was. We hope you enjoyed this live stream. Lisa's getting tired. It's like 8:30 at night. Time to go.
It's 8:45.
We will be live again on Saturday. We are going to be live from Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure.
Woo!
We are going to Park Hop live stream at Universal Studios
And Islands of Adventure.
So we will see you Saturday. That should be pretty rad. I'll give you guys a time at some point. I don't have it right now, but we're going to have a bitchin' time. So we can't wait for that. All right, guys. Have a good night. Good Friday tomorrow. Not literally the holiday Good Friday. Have a good Friday. Vlog. Finito.